All right, how you doing? Oh, let me get these off. It's Jay again, checking in. Usually I'm here doing a little comedy, kind of blogging, just general stupid stuff. And tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about uh, being a single parent. Pretty soon I'm starting a little thing. It's called Single Dads Are Rad, and it's just going to be a little spot where single dads who are raising kids on their own without somebody a significant other in their life at the time, doing it all on their own, can go and kind of get tips and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm having this conversation is one of the things that I've noticed. I've been divorced for 10 years now, from the mother of my children. And if you noticed, I didn't say my ex or the ex or anything like that in a derogatory type of term. Generally, when a relationship ends, there's that bitterness. Something happened. Somebody screwed somebody over. Somebody's going to be mad. And of course, there's a little viciousness in the beginning. And hopefully, common sense prevails sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later, and you can start to have some sort of conversation. And then one of the things that I think that is most important, that if you have kids, is to do, what the new thing is now is like co-parenting. You can go to court. You can do child support. You can drag everything through the court systems and all that. Or you could do the system that the mother of my children and I worked out. When we divorced, had a great life for a while, had two beautiful children. After the birth of our first son, things started to fall apart a little bit. Not necessarily all on her fault, and not necessarily all on mine. Just realized that maybe it wasn't meant to be. But here we were with at the time a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and we said, even though we don't love each other anymore, there's no reason that these kids can't be totally loved and know that they have a parenting atmosphere. And I think that's most important. And a long, long time ago, an old guy I was talking to right as I was going through the divorce, and things were really hurtful, and you just didn't, all that anger was building up and all of that. And I was talking to him, and I said, how do you let this go? And he said one key phrase, and from that moment on, it changed the relationship that I had with the mother of my children, and we ended up becoming actually best friends now. Actually, we get along better now than we did when we were married, and she has a great man in her life. I'm blessed to have him co-parent with my children. So there's a lot of things that involves opening up and allowing other people into the lives of your children if you're going to live in this situation. But anyways, back to that key phrase. I guarantee you that if you are going through a divorce, or you just went through a divorce, and you're taking your kids, I don't know if it's like me on a full-time basis. We happen to share week on, week off. That's 2 weeks a month each. There is no child support given. When the children are with me, I pay with everything. I pay for everything that that it is needed by me at the time, which means basically food, entertainment, and things like that. Same thing when they're at their mother's. When it comes to clothing, dental, health care, all of that, we split it down the middle due to the insurance that we're blessed to have through her being a nurse. It makes things kind of easy on that aspect. But sometimes it's not that easy, but there are ways to work through it. But the key phrase that the gentleman told me a long time ago is, he says, why do you have all this bent up anger or vented up anger and all that. And I said, well, my ex keeps doing this, and I just want my life back, and I want my wife to, to come back and rebuild our family. And he said, I can change your life right now. And I said, really? If you can do that, please tell me how. And he said, quit using the word my. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, notice every time you mention her, you say my ex, or my relationship, my wife, my ex-wife, my ex. He said, she is not my. You no longer are married to her. You have no legal bond, holdings, or anything with her. So nothing of hers is yours. So therefore the word my does not apply. So if you erase the word my when you're discussing her, then it just unleashes all of this anxiety and frustration and pain and anger and things like this. So you have children, you have to get along for them. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I don't know who was the screwer, who was the screwee, maybe it was both, but you gotta get through it. So, when referring to the other person, say the mother of my children, or my children's mother. Anytime in any situation, whether it's at a store or anything like that. And that simple phrase of saying the mother of my children, or the mother of my kids, that will totally change the way you feel. It is so uplifting. Take it from somebody that learned this lesson 10 years ago. It changed the relationship between the mother of my children and me immensely. It created us to create a loving, growing, bonding household for two children who are now 10, going to be 11 and 14. And when friends ask them about their home life, they tell them that they have a mother and a stepfather, and that they have their father, and they have two great homes that they live in. So it can work. It has to work. Children today are the future. Like I said, regardless of whatever pain was caused on whose side, take a minute and just think, it's not her fault, or it's not your fault. There are kids involved. It doesn't matter about fault. You have to get past these things, settle your grievances, get everything straightened out, and once again, release the term my. Don't say my old man, my old lady, my ex, my this, my that, and another, and whatever you do, don't degrade the other parent in front of your children. That is the last thing they need to hear. So anyways, that was a long, kind of drawn out scolding. Well, it's not really a scolding. It's just something that I learned, and I really think that it's important that I share. And if one guy sees this who's getting divorced, I'm in my mid-40s. It's tough raising two kids on your own. You pretty much end your life. You have no life. You live for your children. Give them everything that you can. Get them grown. Get them out of the house. And knowing that you've done that, you'll be able to move on and have the greatest life after that. So, like I said, you may want to just say, this guy's a total asshole, he's stupid, I don't want to listen to him, or maybe I have some, valid points. But either way, just think about it. If you're divorcing and you have children, make it easy on the kids. And don't ask them who they want to live with. that will all be worked out. You know, if you're going to court, or hopefully you guys can do it together, and just make it like daddy or mommy is going to go stay in another place, and we're going to take turns having sleepovers, and it's all of that. But don't sit them down in front of you and say, we're getting divorced, we hate each other, who do you want to live with? It is the most terrifying thing that a kid could ever hear. And I heard it when I was a child, and I remember it like it was yesterday. So, anyways, this is Jay, with Single Dads Are Rad, as part of my little comedy network. There'll be comedy, blogging, and just kind of other stupid stuff that I'll be talking about on this channel. So, if you subscribe to it, I hope you do. We'll become buds. Follow me. Bye.